Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to tell you about my trip to Regional Championship, Hartford. First off, I went down with some friends. We met them at a Dunkin' Donuts about 20 minutes away from my house, and we drove in a car to the Regional Championship. We didn't have to take a plane, which is super exciting. I'm playing Jeskai Oculus in this tournament, which is the same deck that I was playing in Minneapolis. Some pretty big changes. I decided I'm playing a lot more one-ofs and whatnot, and changing up the sideboard to attack Corey Steelcutter a bit more. In our car, we have two people playing Cutter and one person playing Jeskai Control. The trip down sort of went out without a hitch. I listened to music. I played Cult of the Lamb on my Steam Deck, hung out. I forgot my water bottle though, so I had to get water at Whole Foods, which was, and then use that same water bottle the entire time. Then we got to the hotel on Friday. We decided to check in and then head over to the venue in time for a re-CQ. We checked in the hotel, and it is not the best hotel I have ever experienced. Luckily, we were able to get the quote-unquote suite with 4 beds in the room. But the beds had basically a sheet on them with cigarette burns, and the outlets had this weird thing where only one thing could be plugged into them at a time, so we kind of had to choose between lights and charging our phone. It was not good. I'm pretty sure later on in the vlog I actually talk about it, so it doesn't really need to be in the voiceover, but it was rugged. But we went to the venue to catch the re-CQ and to see some homies before the tournament, check it out, all that stuff, see what the parking situation is like. Played in the re-CQ, which is single elimination. I won the first 2 and then lost in round 3. After I lost, one of my friends played one more round. So while they were playing, me and the Jeskai Control player was playing, by the way, me and the other people ran to Walmart to pick up some supplies. I grabbed supplies for that friend. By the time we were done, it was time to go pick him up. And then we hung out in the hotel room for the rest of the night, just kind of chatting, making sure our decks were submitted, and re-sleeving some decks and hanging out. And we went to bed. In the morning, we woke up for the regional championship. We were very excited. My round 1 was in the Jeskai Oculus mirror. My opponent kept a pretty land-heavy hand game 1, and then game 2, he didn't activate a Ghost Vacuum one turn and allowed me to Oculus with exactly 6 cards in my graveyard, which was pretty rough. Basically, like, both games were due to my opponent as a pilot, not necessarily playing badly, but could have made different decisions. But we started the regional championship off 1-0. And by the way, the chairs were some of the worst chairs I've ever experienced at a regional championship. Hartford is not doing it for me, just for the record. Going around 2, I played against Oculus again, and I got beat up pretty hard. I mulliganed a lot in one of my games, but you know, it is what it is. In round 3, I played against Cutter. Sheltered by Ghost did a lot of work, especially the one main deck that I'm playing. And in game 2, I was able to have a fear of missing out and profs with a Sheltered by Ghost on it when I knew my opponent had a Lithomanic Barrage by bringing it back with Storm Chaser's talent, which is absolutely disgusting. In round 4, I beat Omniscience combo. He just didn't see Omniscience game 1, so it was kind of a bad blue-white control deck, and I just killed him really quick. And then in game 2, he also didn't see Omniscience, but he saw 3 River Regents. So I had to balance like blocking and applying pressure, and eventually got there. Round 5, I lost to Cutter. I beat him up game 1. Game 2 was super close, and I felt like I was like a card or a mana away from stabilizing basically the whole game. And then in game 3, he beat me up. So 3-2. In round 6, I couldn't draw a 3rd land in game 3 in the mirror and died. In round 7, I beat Cutter in 3 games. Game 1 and 2 were not close, and in game 3, I got to wipe away 2 Drake Catchers with a Brotherhood's End, which is disgusting. And then in round 8, I lost to the mirror and couldn't hit a 3rd land until it was too late in game 3, which was a giant bummer, and I died in the regional championship. My friends died about a round before, so we decided to take off. They went out to eat while they were waiting for me, so we went back to the hotel. I ordered Indian food because it was yummy, and I ordered butter chicken with rice, and they decided to not give me rice, so I just got a bowl of sauce and some pieces of chicken in it. So that wasn't great. So we decided to run it back, not with Indian food, but with Chinese food at like 9 at night. The whole crew ordered Chinese food. And I made sure to order white rice with mine because I wanted to eat my Indian food and just like eat the sides and the Chinese food. I didn't get white rice. So I don't know how hard it is to get fucking white rice in Hartford, but 2 different restaurants couldn't give me white rice. That upset me much more than it probably should have. So I tried to eat the Indian food with some fried rice that a friend had, but it wasn't good.
We all scrubbed out of the RC. And now we have a grudge match. Explain the grudge match.
I'm
trying to have you not be in the mirror, Doofer. That's kind of weird.
We have all 10 of the original guild banners.
RTR
banners, yeah. And we're doing contests. We're fighting for the Golgari banner right now.
Correct.
We were supposed to do like best record at the RC, but we both fucking suck.
Died in the same exact round.
So now we're doing it.
This is how it has to be settled.
Chinese food, hotel room, magic. Updates to come. What are the matchups?
I'm on Is It Prowess.
I'm on Just Hand Control.
I'm gonna
Can't
keep
see
the same.
shit. Alright, start us off.
So what means?
Alright, guys.
I know what it means to me.
Fair enough.
Who won game 1?
I'm up again.
GB up.
Alright.
Game.
Control's up a game.
I'm up 3 matches.
And he's going down to 6. I'm keeping a bad 7, so...
Perfect.
6 instead of 5. The otter is 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 1 is 7, so that's 12 I'm taking.
Yeah.
I'm down to 6.
No big.
You kill my base eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, he has better beds.
Going to game 3. Just got control. Didn't get there on a shitter keep.
Whoa! Hey!
Get good, nerd.
Calling him out. What do I want to do
I
here?
got this. I'm in the driver's seat, baby.
He is in fact in driver's seat.
Driving AL.
Sleight of hand.
Love it.
I think he lied. I don't think you're dead if he's leading with a sleight of hand.
Oh, he's stocking up now.
I am going to cast stock up.
Do you think? I prefer the ladder.
Yeah. Sure you would. You're a fucking jerk.
True.
2 cards.
With the lockdown.
One's locked down.
The other one
I'm
is
gonna take a point of damage.
Nice. 6.
Scorching shot your Shiko.
Less nice.
Holy shit.
How would we get?
It's my secret tag. You only have 2 cards.
What's your life total?
21.
Okay.
Not dead.
Not this turn.
He's
Yeah.
not dead.
It's my secret tech that Doofer told me to play.
Counter on or map on the Swift Spear.
Map on the Swift Spear.
It's a land. It goes in my hand.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I'd from much higher life total than you right now.
I
From
think prove it.
exactly.
Triggers.
All I'm saying is I'm at 18 and he's at 5. And I have 5 points of power here.
Yeah.
There's no way I can possibly win.
It would be incredible. Would be incredible.
Hoping so fucking hard.
You bastard.
It's for sure cold by now.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
There's a microwave that does or does not work. Schrodinger's
Might shut down power to the whole hotel. Wait, did you say that's your first banner?
Yeah. He's lost all these.
We've done 3 before this.
3 before this one. He was 0-3 coming into this.
Woke up in the morning on Sunday. I decided not to play because I had some friends selling me a ton of cards, and I wanted to make sure I had it processed by the end of the day because that's like another major part of my income is selling cards on TCG Player. So I slept in a bit when they got up to play in a Reese queue or the 5K or something like that, and I started sorting cards.
All right, it's Sunday. I'm in the hotel room at Grand Prix Hartford. I realize I haven't done a lot of talking to you guys. Actually, on the phone, most of the talking is Mystical Future Ryan doing voiceovers. But, and you know, montage footage or whatever. But, yeah, RC didn't go super well. A little frustrated. Tiny bit burnt out. Similar to the last RC video. Wow, it's dark in that room. But I kind of want to do a recap in case Mystical Future Ryan forgets anything. RC was really fun. A lot of people came up to talk to me to say they like the videos. So if you're watching this video and you're one of those people, I do think about you, and thank you so much. I am staying in the hotel on Sunday while the homies went to play in the 5K. Actually, about half of the homies went home early. A third of the homies went home early. Another third's playing day 2, another third's playing the 5K. I decided to stay in the hotel room again. This time, not necessarily because I didn't want to play, but because the homies are selling me cards. And so I am going to be pricing out cards. There's even more than right there. That's just like my workstation at the moment. I'm going to be pricing out cards for the day, which takes a long time because I don't want to screw over the homies, you know what I mean? For the TCG Player Store and whatnot. It's really weird how like you have to spend so much money to make money when you have a product or whatever. But I'm buying cards from the homies today. I'll let them know what I owe them when they get back because trust and bonds and all of that stuff. If I get done in time, I'll work on some other stuff in the hotel room. They're gonna pick me up for dinner when they're done the 5K and things. Also, this is perhaps one of the worst hotel rooms I've ever stayed in, at least in recent memory. So let me give you a tour. I need to give you a tour because I feel like we haven't talked a lot in this vlog, and I feel bad about that. Let me give you a tour. Here we go. So let's start with the bathroom. There's nothing actually that wrong with the bathroom, except if you're any larger than me, and I'm not a big dude, if you're any larger than me, it is a very, very narrow shower. And you have 2 options for water temperature, and that's Jack's Frost, balls, or surface of the sun. Not great. May I take you to... So we got a suite, which is 4 beds, which is sweet because we all got our own bed and we got to stay together and all that stuff. There are so many cigarette burns on these blankets. So many. Very silly. Very, very silly. This is mine in another homie's room. Notice it's dark. The reason it's dark is because there are 3 lamps in the room. This one, with plugs in the lamp, straight up doesn't work. This lamp is plugged into that outlet, but that outlet doesn't work if there's something else plugged into it, and my friend's charging his headphones. This lamp is plugged into the outlet behind the desk, but I'm charging my Steam Deck because that outlet does not work if there are 2 things plugged into it. I feel like this place is gonna burn while I sleep. What the heck? Also, let me show you the seal on this window. This is as much as it'll close. It's not the best. Which, it stayed a fine temperature in here last night. The issue is, let me get out of this room in a better light. The issue is that in doing so, we got to just listen to people yell at each other in the parking lot and big trucks and stuff all night and all of that stuff. We're also across the hall from all the smoking rooms. So it actively smells like smoke in here. And more homies are staying in a room down the hall, the crew that went home early, and they found a roach in their room. Also, the TV doesn't work. Presumably because of the power situation. What else? Oh, in the lobby, they said they are not doing continental breakfast because of COVID. What? At least the internet's better than the Minneapolis hotel. Means I can actually get something done. Holy moly. But yeah, this is my plan today. We're going out to eat tonight. Heading home early morning on Monday. So we actually will have a day. We're only 4.5 hours away, 5 hours away, something like that. So, let's vibe.
They scrubbed out about halfway through the tournament and came back to the hotel room at 1 or 2 in the afternoon when I was not even close to done sorting cards. And they decided they wanted to go home early, and I agreed because that hotel room was awful.
bad news for you, Guy.
It's alright.
The spread.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we took off, started heading home. I was sorting cards and pricing out cards in the back seat about half of the ride home until I finished up. Was able to actually buy the cards. Unfortunately, I had to carry the cards in like a bag, not even some boxes, which was a little awkward. But we got home a day early. I was excited to see my wife and kids, and the regional championship was pretty solid. If you like this video, then please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I hope someone steal my room.
Yeah.